come across as very like everyone has everything together, and really funny how people call the first week of classes like syllabus week, because at least for all of my classes it's like syllabus first 5 to 10 minutes of the first lecture. You know, college, what can you do? Oh my gosh, good morning you guys. I am in the best mood. I have to have a little discussion with you though about like planning and productivity, but I'm gonna do that a little later. This video is all gonna be about my prep for a new semester, so I'm gonna be filling out my calendars on my wall and on my like digital ones, and just kind of going through with you guys how I'm going to like time block my time to be most productive this semester. I do have a really weird class schedule, so I want to just not be lazy and just sit around all day. I want to like be productive, so I'll get into all that with you guys in a little bit. I just woke up, so I'm gonna get ready and stuff. Today's not gonna be a vlog. It's gonna be purely about the productivity stuff, but I did just want to jump on fresh in the morning and say hi. So we'll get into the productivity stuff now. Okay, so I know I just did the little intro for you guys. I have my iPad charging right now, so we're gonna use that later on. But the first couple things I'm gonna do is this wall calendar needs to get filled out with dates for my syllabi, and then I'm gonna go through, and I think I'm going to show this part first because I think it's the most interesting about how I like manage my time. So I'm going to go through on my laptop and put in an example for this week of what a day-to-day is going to look like, and they're always very ambitious, and at the end of the video I'm going to talk to you guys about being over ambitious with your time, and just kind of how I personally can look at something and be like, this needs to be done exactly like this because my day's really busy, or even though I have this plan for today, there's lots of wiggle room. As long as I get everything done, it's okay. So I'm going to kind of get into that more like mental, physical well-being talk at the end of the video about the kind of like hustle culture, productivity, and all that. That'll be at the end. We're gonna do my time blocking for my schedule, for my classes and extracurriculars and gym routine and everything. Then we will go to the wall calendar and input important dates for clubs and exams. And then we'll go on my iPad, and I'm going to make a study schedule because I have quite a few online classes this semester, so I like to block off what my plan is to do each day for the week. Then fourth, I'm going to do that discussion, like I said, about hustle culture, productivity, and how I kind of look at that for myself and the goals that I'm setting. Alright, so starting with the syllabi, I'm gonna turn you guys around here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna get my syllabi pulled up really quick, and then we will get right into everything. This is just our Google Drive for AED. So we have all these different folders, if you guys can see. I'll take a screenshot right now and put it up for you. So right now I'm just going to make a Google Sheet for our public relations chair, so she does our social media and updates our website, because she felt it'd be easiest to organize everything if there was like a to-do and then completed section. So this way everyone, instead of texting her, emailing her, like all these different formats of things she needs to do, it's all going to be in one place. I think that'll be a lot easier for her. So I'm going to do some stuff for my clubs right now, which is make this form for her, put some information on it that she needs to get on the website, and then I'm also going to proofread our club email for AED that's going to go out this morning. It's really long, it's the new semester, and then we're going to get into looking at my own schedule for the semester. As you guys can see, I have a pretty organized desktop. Everything is like folders and a place to go, which I find to be really helpful. I always have two Chrome windows open, so one has predental club things and one has things for AED, and then I always open a third window when I want to start working on stuff for school or whatever. I really just got this desktop background, and I think it's really nice. You can type in like your main focus for today. So for me, that's gonna be finish to-do list, and then it has it right there for you, and then you can check it off when you finish it. It has a little quote for the day, the background changes and everything, so I think it's really nice. I will figure out what the extension is called for Chrome and put it in the video for you guys if you want to download this as well. But our software or like interface for classes is called D2L, so I'm going to log onto this and then pull up some of my syllabi. So they just have the pages for all the classes I'm in. I have 4 classes, and then this is for one of the clubs that I'm in. One of my classes isn't on D2L, so yeah, it's on like its own platform, which is pretty annoying. But so I have genetics, physics lab, and microbiome. So I'm just going to start with microbiome, I guess. This class is pretty much all online, and then there's a once a week recitation. So this is one of those classes I'm gonna have to really like plan for, like what I'm gonna do day to day, but we'll get into that later. So I'm just gonna start filling out my syllabi and probably do like a speed through for you guys of that, and if I have anything I feel like I need to say, I'll say it. Pretty salty about this for our online class that doesn't open until this morning at 8 a.m. They want me to have 4 different like topics already done by tomorrow at 8 a.m., which is like, I think ridiculous that they're giving me 24 hours notice to do a bunch of stuff for tomorrow's class, but you know, college, what can you do? So that's what I'm gonna be doing tonight, can't wait. I think it's really funny how people call the first week of classes like syllabus week, because at least for all of my classes, it's like syllabus first 5 to 10 minutes of the first lecture week, and then they get into the material right away. First day, homework, first day of class. Like, there is no syllabus week, there's no time for fun and games. Yet, since it's my last semester, I'm gonna make time for fun. Finally got to the exams for this class. I'm gonna put these in my calendar as well. This is our physics syllabus. This is much more fair. Like, this class is like, okay, you're gonna come into lab the first day and we're gonna like go over the course. And then the next class you come in, then you have a homework assignment due before class. You have to do pre-lab in your notebook, and like you need to be ready to start the lab that day. Like, that's so fair. But other classes are like, doesn't matter, you have a day to get all that before stuff done, even though you didn't even know what the course was about till today when the syllabus online was able to be posted. I just think that's shady of certain professors to do. But physics is also, the lab seems like it's gonna be nice because there's 1 week that we don't have to go to class when there's MLK Day, so that's gonna be a nice thing because I'm going to be traveling that weekend anyways. I'm not going to really put anything in my schedule for this one just because it's the same thing every week, but it's a different lab. So it's every time before you go to class you have to do a pre-assignment, and then you have to do your pre-lab, and that's pretty much it. Then you do the class, and then there's going to be dates for communication projects, which are basically like presentations that you're going to do about your labs, but they haven't given us the dates for them yet, so I can't put them in. And then I already put the dates for physics like lecture, even though that's also an online class, into my calendar for those exams. So I'm gonna just take this calendar and copy exam dates and important things onto my wall calendar right here, just because I like having it to glance at while I'm studying. So I try to pick colors for the wall calendar that match my iCalendar. So brown is for classes, green is like fun stuff, pink is extracurriculars, blue is like just random dates or like things that are happening, and then yellow is like wellness. But I don't put wellness stuff onto my wall calendar. It's purely for academics and like important dates. So I'm going to start with the class stuff. So I'm just using a brown pen, and I already messed it up. This stuff is supposed to go here. So that's where my good friend whiteout comes in handy. It's not about being aesthetically pleasing. This is about realistic things. So the only class I have on Wednesdays is genetics. So these need to get whited out. Okay, now we're going to speed through me filling this out. Happens where you end up with 2 exams on the same day, but the 13th is not going to be a fun day. Genetics and physics, the first exam for both on that day. And when I do have an exam, I like to circle or highlight it in some way. So I'm going to use red this semester. I'm just going to circle that calendar day, I guess, to indicate that big deal exam. And now that I've gotten to March after spring break, I'm just going to be putting in exam dates and extracurricular stuff. I'm not going to put in class or volunteering because things tend to get moved around. Just for context, I know I said I'm not going to vlog, but I don't do really anything on paper anymore unless I absolutely have to for a class. So I do to-do lists on my phone usually because it's always with me. So I should have my grocery list for today and then my to-do list for Monday, and Tuesdays is starting. It'll probably end up being a lot longer. Hey guys, it's a little bit later. It's like 5 p.m. right now. I went to the gym, got those errands done that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video to take a little break from all the school stuff. But I'm going to do the calendar planning right now, so putting in when I'm gonna do what every day, so the time blocking aspect of all this. And then I did decide to do 2 separate videos for time management, time blocking, and then the whole fitness stuff. So I'm gonna put in when I'm working out, but I'm gonna do a separate video with healthy grocery haul and also talking about my weight loss and diet plans for this upcoming semester in 2020 and everything. So that video will be up next week. So again, I'm just gonna get you guys nice and close to my screen here so you can see everything. So I purposely took the locations off of all my classes, but usually it says where the class is, and then that shows up on my Apple Watch right here. So it would say the name of the event and the location and like what time I'd have to be there and under this calendar portion. That's really the reason that I use iCalendar instead of Google Docs, is just because it syncs up to my laptop, watch, and phone really easily. But so I already kind of started doing my Tuesday schedule, so I'm just gonna use good morning as my get ready for the day, wake up, whatever you want to call it, little part of the day, and then walk to class. So this isn't that long of like getting ready for the day. But 30 minutes is really enough for me since I have such an early class that day. I know I'm not going to make a breakfast. I'll just grab like a bar and get on the road, I guess, for walking to class. And then I have my micro recitation, genetics, and then in between here I will eat lunch. And these are all my colors. I mentioned these to you guys for a little bit. Let me see if I can zoom for you. So I have work, back when I had a job over the summer. YouTube is red, wellness is yellow, extracurricular, so that's clubs or volunteering, is pink. Random dates, like I said, are going to be in blue. Classes are brown, and then fun things are green. Okay, so this is Tuesday's pretty much done. After that, you can see I get done with this lab at 2:30, so then I'll walk home, and then I'm not going to put every little detail in. I did used to do that, but pretty much I'm going to walk home, and then I need to figure out what I want to do in this whole time period here. So I have a meeting. This is incorrect. The meeting is at 7 for e-board for predental club. Then after the meeting, I know that my workout for that day is going to be yoga. So I'm going to give myself an hour for yoga right before bed and then go to bed. So my goal for this semester is going to be to sleep from 10:30 to 7:40 a.m. I'm going to kind of get into that early wake up time at the end of the video when I talk about the whole hustle culture thing, because I didn't do that today, and I'm going to talk to you guys about why that is just fine and you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. But anyways, I'm trying to wake up around 7:40 every day, which is a little bit earlier on Tuesdays, but every other day it'll be 7:40. That way I'm getting 8 hours of sleep because that's really important to me. So anyways, I would be going to bed like 30 minutes after that. I'm going to leave this blank for right now until I figure out my kind of schedule. I know I'm going to need to do genetics homework and make dinner, so I'll probably make dinner like 5 to 6. Like make dinner and enjoy eating it like with YouTube or something. Then I'm sure I'll need a little snack once I'm back from class, but let's say this time period, this will be walking and getting a snack, but then after that, once I'm home, I'll do the genetics homework for the next day. Tuesday is my busiest day, that's why I started with that. So hardest time blocking for the semester done. I think this is a pretty realistic routine. We have to do homework every day before genetics, so I'm gonna have to do genetics at least Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday so that it's ready for the next class the next Tuesday. I'm gonna set all these events to repeat every week, every Tuesday, and then if I went on to next week, it would show the same schedule on Tuesday. I'm not going to because I have the locations for my classes, but you guys get it. I oddly enough find the days that I don't have class to be the hardest to plan. Yeah, basketball games, things with friends, hockey games, like all on there. I got this done. Sometimes I put reminders up here just if I have something I really, really need to do that day, so I already did that. But we can go to Wednesday. So all I have is one class and then mentoring. So mentoring, I've talked about that in plenty of vlogs, what I do, but it's a volunteer thing I do for an hour every week at an elementary school. So same thing, we're gonna wake up at the same time for these next few days. And then I wanna work out from 8:30 to 9:15, give myself 45 minutes. I usually do a 30-minute set. That just gives me time to like walk in and out of the building and the locker room and everything without stressing. And then I'll use this time to shower and walk to class. And then after class, I'll come back and eat lunch in my apartment. And then I will get out the door to go to mentoring. After lunch that day and after mentoring, you can see my Wednesdays are very free. Sometimes we have volunteering events for AED on Wednesday nights, but this week we don't have anything since it's just the first week of classes. So again, I'm probably going to do genetics homework. I'm just going to put it at the same time for now. I might end up changing that later, so I'll have that done for the next day. And then I'll probably have dinner at the same time because we love routine. And then after that, I think I will work on my micro videos because I know I need to get those done. I know I'm going to be pretty burnt out, so I probably will only work for like till around 9 and then again give myself time to de-stress and just get ready for bed after that. So that can be Wednesday's schedule. Sounds good to me. And then Thursday is going to be the exact same thing without the mentoring. So I'm just going to copy the same schedule over and then get back with you guys. So I actually filled in a lot. I know this might be overwhelming. When you look at it day to day, it's not so crazy, but just overlooking the week. So this is today. I didn't follow this to a T, but this is what I'm gonna copy and paste as my ideal day. Like I said, I'm gonna have all these events repeat week to week. I'm giving myself Monday nights if I don't have AED to edit videos, and then I'll also work on videos on the weekends. But yeah, pretty much just gonna make Mondays really heavy on physics because there's no actual lecture time for that, so I want to make sure I'm putting enough time into that. And I'm also going to work on that on Fridays during the day. Yeah, I have pretty much every day, including the weekends, which I haven't filled out weekends. I don't plan on ever really doing that just because I like to just go with the flow on those days and get things done as they come. I'm hoping to still wake up early on the weekends, but I'm not going to force myself to do that. So I'm going to go to the gym every day except for Tuesdays because I'm going to be really busy that day. So that's why I'm going to give myself yoga, some like strength stretching kind of stuff at the end of the day to unwind, but still trying to do something active every day. And I'll be walking a ton. So that's like plenty of cardio, walking around all day. I'm not worried about it. And this time block is going to be pretty much wiggle room. So for example, the basketball game on Thursday starts at 9, but the doors open an hour and a half early, and to get good seats, you have to get there probably like an hour or two early. So I'm going to move this up to here just for this week, but under normal circumstances, I would do it down here. So week to week, I'm going to have micro videos at 7. Unless I'm going to a game or doing something else that evening, I can move it up. So that's why it's really nice to schedule like wiggle room in your schedule. That way you can like have a life and not be super stressed. And also one thing that's nice is if I get any of these homeworks done on the weekend, which I'm sure I will, I can delete this and then I'll have free time, which is obviously a good goal to have and not have to do school all day every day. So I think it looks much less stressful when it's in a day-to-day. This is like legitimate time blocking, whereas when you look at it as a week, it's like terrifying. But this is Friday this week. It's my sister's birthday. So yeah, this is how I do my time blocking. It's just the last thing I wanted to show you guys today or tonight. Now it's really late, well past when I wanted to go to bed. But I put all my online class stuff onto my own kind of schedule. So one of my classes gives me like this, like week to week. These are the modules supposed to do. This is what it's about. Blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't tell you like when in your own schedule you're going to be doing it. You have to decide that yourself. So that's why I make these kind of schedules. I did this last time I had a lot of online classes and I found it to be really helpful. So blue is for microbiology and orange is for physics. And then you'll notice later on, I also put purple in there for genetics. That's not online, so I'm not putting that kind of material on here. I just have the dates when there's exams for genetics because I find that to be helpful to know, like, oh, I have 2 exams that's week versus 1 or something like that. So we basically have modules, which are groups of like anywhere from 3 to 6 videos, and the videos can be 5 minutes, they can be 40 minutes. It like really is very random. But so I did these modules today for recitation, so I didn't put much on Tuesdays because I have a full day of classes, as I told you guys already. So I know I won't do any extra work on Tuesdays realistically, and I want to just give myself like a breathing time after class. I'll have to do genetics work, but nothing for the 2 online classes. And then there's always that recitation. So I just signified that here, that day is when we're doing the recitation to prep for the exams. That means the exam is the next week, which I put the exams in a light yellow color just so they stand out when I'm looking at my schedule. But I went all the way through to April to finals. I didn't put in the physics yet for April. I put in the actual exams and homework due dates, but I didn't put in when I plan to do the homeworks yet. Last time I took physics, which was physics 1, now I'm in physics 2, I would work a week ahead, so homework starts being due this day. So I'm going to finish the homework next week that's due the following Thursday. And so I'll finish homework 2 this week, even though it's not due till the following Thursday. That's my ideal. That way when things go crazy, because let's be honest, they always do, I have a lot of wiggle room, which is what I like. So I definitely plan this schedule with tons and tons of wiggle room. Ideally I'd stick to it, but in the past at least that 110% does not happen. But I like to have kind of a baseline of what I should be doing every day, and then there's obviously room to move stuff around as I need, which is, I think, essential. You need to be strict with yourself, but also don't burn yourself out. If you're getting the stuff done, you're getting the stuff done. That's the main goal. But yeah, I try to pretty much work ahead. I already told you guys how I'm working ahead for physics, but I'm also working ahead for microbio. So we need to have the modules done for the respective week for me for recitation, and my recitation is on Tuesdays. So 7, 8, 9, and 10, for example, are due this Tuesday, but I'm getting them done almost a full week in advance. I also put in here, obviously, as you can see, when I'm out of town. So I'm out of town for Martin Luther King weekend. I'm out of town here. I'm out of town for all of spring break, for some time at the end of March. So there's just time I know I won't be able to do homework. So I'm just really thinking ahead. So yeah, that's the last thing. That is the last thing that I do to plan for classes. So I hope you guys found this to be informational and everything. I was gonna do, I guess I can just talk about it now, the whole hustle culture thing. I just want to do a quick little blurb about it because I'm pretty passionate about it, and I know on YouTube or anywhere, social media, anything like that, it can come across as very everyone has everything together and everyone's getting so much done in a day, and me with my time blocking probably looks oh my gosh, she's so productive or organized, but I don't stick to that 110%. That's a goal, that's a template, I guess, not even a goal, because if you don't accomplish a goal you feel you kind of messed up. It's not even like that. It's just a template. It's a organization for the day. It's a would be nice to do exactly this, and things happen, you get tired, you have to do this before this, and something comes up, someone calls you, you need to go help them with something. All these things come up. For example, today I didn't wake up early like I was supposed to, but I still got everything done on my list because that's just how life works. You get done things, you need to get them done. So this is just a little reminder, yes, plan, organize, time block, time manage, try to put yourself in the best foot, try to put your best foot forward for the semester, for the year. If you're not in school, if you're just planning your general life, I think is obviously the best thing to do, to just try your best to be organized and on top of things and have your time used as productively as possible. And obviously to have your time and using your time as productively as possible is the goal for everyone. But just know that hustle culture is a myth, it's a lie. Not everyone's getting everything done all the time. People have days, people just go with the flow, I guess is my main point. Don't get yourself all stressed out or upset about little things, because you're gonna get everything done that you're supposed to, and you're gonna have a great year, semester, whatever you're trying to get organized for. I hope you guys found this to be really helpful. If you do end up doing digital organizing, or even if you like to do all this kind of stuff on paper in your planner or something, definitely post pictures and tag me in them. Follow my Instagram, it's right here. I try to be really active on there, especially in stories and stuff. I let you guys pick which videos you want to go up when, what you're most excited about, and give me input on what you want me to post. So definitely make sure you're following me on there. Leave a comment below too about what helps you be productive with your day, so some kind of time management tip. I would love to hear them. I'm sure there's plenty of things that I could learn and get better at too. I'm in no way like a professional. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.